Now to our other top story, President Trump's visit to Philadelphia. He was met with protesters outside.
But the president was met with a much warmer response inside the Pennsylvania Convention Center today. He spoke to an electrical workers convention, calling them the builders of America. And our Joe Holden has been there at the presidential visit at the convention center. He's now at Philadelphia International Airport. Joe.
Natasha, Yuki, and the president is known for really getting the crowd behind them, revving them up, pointing fingers at the press. A different tone inside the Philadelphia Convention Center. The reception was warm, a reserved electricity, if you will, for these are electricians, these are contractors. The president knows that. These are workers, and he was very bold at the very outset of his speech saying, quote, "I've made you a lot of money." At 2:05, Air Force One touched down at Philadelphia International. The president emerged from the aircraft with a wave to about 150 people who were invited on the tarmac to greet him. His motorcade then headed for the Philadelphia Convention Center.
And now you have a friend and an ally in the White House, and you do.
Mr. Trump spoke on the final day of a convention for the National Electrical Contractors Association. His remarks focused heavily on jobs and the overhaul of trade deals that he says have long been unfavorable to the American worker.
Just remember this, America's economic revival would not be possible without the men and women in this room. Would not be possible. I built so much. I've done so much business with you. I've watched the things you've done, and it's incredible.
The president made no mention of the FBI background investigation of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. CBS 3 was part of the president's local press pool. There was also no mention of a New York Times article that dropped in the middle of his speech, alleging the president engaged in dubious tax schemes when he inherited more than $450 million from his late parents. Following his remarks, the president was whizzed back down Interstate 95. This was our view from the press van. Air Force One departed Philadelphia International just minutes after 4. And back live, you can hear the continuous roar of planes and jets behind me. That is all of the traffic that had backlogged here while the airport was shut down, as Air Force One sat on the tarmac immediately behind me. Now, there was somewhat of a vacuum feel as the president's motorcade while we were there. Really no indication, no reaction at all about that explosive New York Times article that goes on, and it actually quotes a lawyer for Mr. Trump as saying that the article is defamatory. Coming up on Eyewitness News at 6, more from the convention center and jobs and NAFTA. You'll want to hear about what he said about these continuing trade deals. I'll see you in exactly an hour. Reporting live outside Philly International, I'm Joe Holden, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Joe. Thank you so much.